First thing, Mark, is obviously, you know, their record's not an indication of how good they are. I mean, they played everybody tough. Where they basically, last quarter normally is where they usually just get worn down. You know, they've got 5 kids that can play pretty well, 2 kids exceptionally well. And they're well coached. Mark does a great job, McCord, and keeps them in ball games just because he tries to dictate tempo. And the tempo they want is a slower tempo, kind of a possession type game. And when they do that, they execute extremely well. They take good shots, and they make you know, they make sure that the right people are shooting basketball. And they do that as well as anybody in our conference. And subsequently, that keeps them in ball games. And you know, they won one the other night against Batesville. But every team I've seen them play, including the 4 cities, the Winds, the Techs, you know, in the fourth quarter, you know, they're either up or they're down just by, you know, 4 or 5 points. So they've had shots at everybody, you know, and but I think they just kind of wear down in the fourth quarter and subsequently get beat in the latter stages of games. But it's certainly a game that we're not overlooking. It's a huge game because it's the next one, and they've always played us tough, and it's never been an easy game for us just to come out there and just say, hey, we're just going to, you know, run over you. You know, they play extremely hard, and they're very sound defensively. Oddly enough, they're not very big. Their biggest guy is their best shooter. He's a 6'4" kid that plays on the perimeter, and we certainly have a matchup problem there. But their post people, by the same token, are 6 foot and 5'11", you know, so it's kind of an odd situation, but they're sound defensively. They'll play you man when you don't think that they really should be, but they help each other very well. They play what I call gap control. They make you, force you to take outside shots, and so you know, we're going to have to be able to shoot the ball, and you know, we're going to have to be able to get the ball inside also.
How hard, though, is it not to look ahead to 4 City Friday night?
Well, I'm not ever doing that. Now, the kids are kids, but, you know, we've really prided ourselves, always have, just preparing for the next one. You know, 4 Cities Friday, and we'll take care of that Wednesday and Thursday, but we certainly don't want to overlook what we've got coming up. And, you know, this one, as I tell them, is no less bigger than the one coming up Friday night, because it is the next one, and a win's a win, and a loss is a loss. It doesn't matter who it's against. So we certainly want to just keep what we've been trying to do, and how we are approaching it is just try to improve every day in practice, and let that improvement in practice show in games. And I think we're getting there. We're getting a little better every game. Not that we've been perfect, but the kids have played extremely hard. And the great thing about this bunch is it's always somebody different. You know, you don't have, I don't think if I was scouting us, it would be a hard team to scout, because there's not just one guy that you say you've got to lock down and keep from scoring. I think we've got multiple kids that can score and have all year long, and our bench has been really good. We're getting a lot of points, a lot of productivity out of our role players coming off the bench, and so that makes it to where you can do things. You know, you can maybe force tempo a little bit. We're certainly going to have to do that with this bunch. We don't want them sitting back and just being able to run their stuff. And our game plan is to be able to force the issue a little bit with them, and make them play at a faster pace, and hopefully wear them down.
Certainly, you guys are at the top of the standings. You feel like you maybe have a target now?
I think people are finally saying Blytheville may be back. I don't know. You know, I don't really worry about what people think. You know, I mean, it's just one of those things that we just kind of keep everything internal. We try to just focus on what we do, and focus on being, first of all, great practice players. And you know, I think that takes care of a lot of things. And if you practice well, you're hopefully going to perform and play well. And that's been kind of this the MO of this bunch, starting where they were and where they're going, and hopefully where we're going to keep going. If we continue to improve, I think we've got a chance to be an outstanding basketball team.
Sounds good, Coach. I appreciate it.